Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Anne of Green Gables 1979. Today we're doing episode 43, Home for the Weekend. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, click.
Oh, wow, we're already heading back to the Green Gables. Isn't that wonderful, Anne?
It's because actually, again, goes back to the structure, pacing of the show, where the older Anne gets, the faster time seems to go by. But this is actually another original episode, not adapted from the book. But we'll get back to the book later. Because fun fact, from this point on, we're only 4 chapters away from ending the book. So to fill out the 50 episode quota, we need to come with something original. So.
Actually, I was wondering if they're going to end up... Are they finally going to do what I thought, and they're going to divide some chapters among the episodes?
Kind of. Let me see. I think there's actually one of them. Well, actually, I think there's been a couple that it's actually... I think that actually happened recently. I just forgot to mention it.
I wonder if at some point... we'll get an Anne of Green... be a book-wise, at least. I wonder if we'll get an Anne of Green Gables equivalent of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
I wouldn't mind that because it works
cool,
so.
actually.
It did work so well with the formula Pride and Prejudice. So injecting the supernatural into something that were mundane might create the Higurashi effect for me.
In fact, that should be the plot of this episode. Anne's going home for the weekend, but she gets interrupted by aliens.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Anne as an ambassador for humanity could work.
Honestly, yeah, that could work.
Not really, no.
No. I mean, it totally could as like a souped-up version of it. Again, like Tia mentioned, the whole formula with Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, or heck, in cases like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter,
like maybe if you don't want pure action, make it more cerebral, psychological, so that Anne's personality is what shines through in the end.
Yeah.
That's not how Lucy intended things, though.
Neither was the creator of Pride and Prejudice.
I mean, if we went strictly off of just what the original creator intended, that would also take out the nuance of the fact that times have changed, and maybe the creator might have wanted it with a more modern view.
And besides, also a bit of crazy fun every now and then.
Also, it's nice that also not just them, but also the other teens are returning to Green Gables to visit their friends.
Oh my god, Gilbert just vanished into the crowd like he literally popped out of existence. And what have you done?
What is it? Maybe.
Why assuming she's her fault? Yeah, maybe he has magical powers on his own.
Maybe that's something that's taught in Canadian colleges. I don't know.
How to operate and dissipate.
I'll dissipate.
You gotta wait for public transport to do its job, Matthew.
Of course.
Well, now, Matthew, you're getting rather rebellious.
So he's like, now I'm so old, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, so I had to burp for a second and came back. I thought for a second there, I thought she said that about Anne, and I'm like, you bitch, she's mocking Anne for her not having a mum.
Nah.
What?
That's one thing that I noticed. However, it's a good point to mention. Okay, maybe my memory is still fuzzy, but as far as I remember, not many have mocked Anne for her status of being an orphan.
Oh, right, too. That's what that's what Anne of Venie is for, too.
I guess
So
I guess they took advantage of something the original novel was not talking about.
Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Cannot wait for the commentary of that with how much it gets.
Yeah, considering Netflix and everything, I wish that one had aliens in it.
No, that one at the very least would be something where, like, you know what,
crossover with Stranger Things now.
This thing has gone down the shitter. Might as well go bring in aliens.
Oh.
He tried to talk to you. You essentially told him to do one.
This is her beginning to have second thoughts about things.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you can see it on her face.
Mm-hmm. Well, she has been for a while, so we know that.
Yeah, don't make them wait too much.
Yeah, they've been waiting for too long.
Seriously, Anne? Anne?
It's too.
For the love of God, Anne, come on. They've been waiting for you for so long.
To be fair, she doesn't know that they're watching through the window.
Yeah, but again, like Diane pointed out, they're probably worried sick waiting for her. Like, dang, Anne.
I'm guessing she just wants to say farewell to Diane.
She just chose her priorities, basically.
Oof.
I think it's so much that there. I think it's much the conversation with Diane is distracting her.
Again, that is a flaw on her end, though. Seriously, come on, at least say hi to your folks before doing all that. Like, you've had literally the entire walk from the train station to commune with Diane.
I think that is the point.
There you go. They come to this bridge because remember, this is the bridge where they always say farewell to each other. So this is
kind of like Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin's bridge. Oh. The visual movie did dealt also with the inevitability of a future.
It's typical symbolism that like bridges usually are used as like some kind of transition into some
yeah.
Also, she's staying home for the whole weekend, so she'll have like a couple of days with them. So,
and with Diane too.
Be careful, Merilla, you're gonna become the Queen of Hearts at this rate.
That said, it would certainly suck if dinner ended up.
Nothing happened.
That said, it would certainly suck if dinner ended up being cold. Oh?
I guess this was before trains on the regular started serving food on them.
I think.
Well, that depends, Leaves. Remember, this was still the age for stuff like the Orient Express, so luxury trains did add a restaurant cart.
Well, nowadays, even like budget trains.
No, I know what you mean. Like, say, like people would pass with a snack cart. I get what you mean, but. No, in this day and age, it was basically like the luxury. For simple transportation in small location, no, not really.
Don't say that.
Remember, Ends all thing is about honesty, no matter what. Yeah, I was about to mention he was probably going to say something like that.
Gee, I was about to buy that gold bar.
Too bad your birthday's coming up.
Turkey. Fitting since we're getting close to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, by the time I was about to mention in the beginning, by the time I'm gonna public, these are gonna be public. It's gonna be around also Christmas period, which is ideally another place where a lot of students go back to their houses.
That said, who else is looking forward to those days off from work or school when Thanksgiving comes by next week?
We don't have Thanksgiving over
We
here.
don't do Thanksgiving,
Jova. Thanksgiving is an American kind of thing.
Well, I'm looking forward to them. Woo!
Oh, I can imagine.
In fact,
the other girls that she met while at Queens.
Of course.
Of course you do.
Canada has a different kind of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving in Canada is in October.
Mm-hmm.
See, she's improving. She managed to say that without popping up a blood vessel.
She did need to take a breath, but it worked out.
I'll cut up some slack on that one. A lot of people need to take a breath before saying something.
Merilla hasn't said anything for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're in Canada and parts of Canada speak French, so there you go.
What a beautiful morning.
What a beautiful day. I've got an adequate feeling. Everything's going to go Anne's way.
Fair enough.
All back. Look, Theo, the birds are singing.
Isn't
the
it
sky?
Beautiful.
Alright, who's gonna die? Or rather, who did just die? Oh dear.
At least she's honest.
This is Anne you're talking about.
Hashtag YOLO.
Now it makes me wonder, how seriously would Anne take dual monsters?
She probably just gonna have a Madolce deck. Take it only for the cuteness stuff, and if she will still take tier 1 because of disgustingly powerful that deck is.
Also, Dwibs, did you have a bad run-in with cows by the sound of your haggard breath when you noticed the cows?
Nah, I was just mimicking Anne's enthusiasm for cows.
Yeah, I don't think pets would be allowed, let alone cattle.
Oh boy.
Gilbert.
No.
A pint of irony, I think it will still
Dolly.
suit Anne.
Dolly. Oh, come on, Anne. It's a calf, not a sheep.
Dolly.
And then they'll make clones of this cow, and it will make history.
I thought she was going to call it Claudelia.
I love how Dolly, I was all like, oh, come here, Dolly. And Dolly's like, nah, gonna.
Doing it barefoot. Be careful about splinters, girl. Those are some hardware wooden floors.
Considering also the time being, Jova, I'm pretty sure all of the people around this house have, extensive callus foot at this point.
Good fortune.
That's a lot of apples.
Yeah.
So the xylophone suggested.
Visit the Prince Edward Islands.
Sounds like an interesting mission for a JRPG.
Not really, because so far the Stick of Truth did not allow us to go there.
Yeah, remember in Canada. Yeah, that's another big thing about remember the truth of the matter is that everybody in Canada is actually 8-bit.
Yeah.
So.
Did South Park ever made fun of Green Gables, considering their kind of obsession against Canada?
No. Not that I've seen anyway.
I wonder if they even know.
You have a
about
better
Anne
memory
Green
than me
Gables.
anyway on that matter.
Time for another daydream, man. There we go. Right on schedule.
I think it's more so that she herself is getting nostalgic because remember this is the same avenue. This is the same avenue. It's just that it's a different time period, so it doesn't have the same look. But yeah.
Excuse me, some of these flowers are the wrong shade of pink. Do something about it.
Ruined forever.
Damn it! Start all over again. Oh wait, no, this is reused footage. Never mind. Just leave it as is.
Paint over it.
Yeah.
I like the detail how all the apples are bouncing around on the.
Yep. We could have just made like a single block.
Hey, Shiroi. Feels like it happened a long time ago.
I think what fucks me over the most here is that unlike a show like Avatar the Last Airbender or Tangled, when stuff gets called back, it kind of catches me out of surprise.
Well,
normally
it's because the show covers a lot a time, and because of the specific way it's paced, it makes you feel the time passage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true.
It's also about where flashbacks did need to be used more to accommodate for the budget, but they used it to their advantage in that regard to take you back here and there.
Yeah.
Whereas, say, shows like Avatar The Last Airbender, while they did have some callbacks here and there, they didn't have to rely on flashbacks.
At most, they will use exposition to remind the audience.
The closest we got... Oh, sorry, go on, Julie.
Peter did show me a good video on this, and I'll repeat exactly what I told him. Yeah, it's really good, but that doesn't mean I have to be comfortable with any of this.
Well, I mean,
this show is making sure I feel older than she actually is.
Well, I mean, Avatar did call back to Aang's origin story at the start of every episode, so.
That's not the same.
Yeah, that's not the same. That's an opening you're thinking of, Dwibs. What we're talking about is in-episode footage here and there.
It's like at the beginning of every Mortal Kombat Defenders of Realm episode where Raiden gives the speech. It's not the same.
Oh god, you got me imagining the last Bender done in the style of Defenders of the Realm.
Oh yeah, it is Autumn Days. Okay, so yeah, it is doing the October thing. Nice touch there.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, that is also one of the better seasons for apples cultivated in the north.
Do we get to see the Aurora Borealis?
I don't think they're that up north.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, okay, Prince Edward Island. I'll have to look at the map to remind myself.
Especially considering there's only been occasionally snow in winter, not all the time. Sure, it was powerful, but not that frequently. While the northern you go in Canada, the more everything becomes frozen.
Goodbye, Anne!
Love the framing.
We'll see you in a week.
Oh, right. She didn't
Oops.
tell them.
Oh, and she had to hear from her. Oh, no.
Oh, crud.
Oopsie poopsie.
I guess it slipped her mind.
Oh God, Rachel, why do you always have to do this?
She's one of those neighbors, Jova.
Yeah,
Like,
the one.
I just want to.
Sorry, go on.
I just want to remind you all, she started this show by suggesting that Anne was going to poison Merilla and kill her in her sleep.
If this series was set in the 1950s instead, she would constantly be at the beauty parlor shop.
It's interesting you say that, Jova.
Wait,
because what?
She said something about legally adopting Anne.
As in, they're saying that she will leave the decision to her, even if she doesn't like it.
That suggests that they never got around to legally adopting her, though. I'm pretty sure they did.
No. They did. It's just that I feel like I would have to go back and re-listen from the beginning because I was actually trying to say something. Sorry. No, they did. I mean, well, it's interesting because Anne he actually even had a scene involving the actual adoption process and everything. So, I'm guessing Lucy wanted to. There's no need in.
Well, in this day and age,
the part is the adopter.
In this day and age, considering adoption is a much more particular matter and much more expanded than before, I get the idea why they wanted to expand on that for Anonymity.
Sure. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's interesting you say that, Jova, because when I was showing Anne Ruffini to Shiroi, there's one point where Anne turns to both Rachel and Merlin and says, "You two are such an inspiration. How do you two stay close friends for so many years?" Because they've been friends since they were children as well. And Shiroi's response was, and I quote, "One won't leave the other one alone."
She just walks into her house. She doesn't even knock. She's like, "Hi, I'm coming in now."
It is kind of like okay. It does remind me of stuff like Murder She Wrote, where Jessica has like friends and parents all over the fucking United States. She just casually visits them.
Although they do knock, but then open the door immediately before waiting for an answer. It's one of the two.
Okay.
Are you speaking from experience, Shiroi?
No.
Okay. To be fair, Shiro, I actually am familiar with this concept in the sense that, like, because one of my grandmothers, used to live on a specific villa, and she had such intimacy with the neighbor that they literally came and went. Like, they were such longtime friends that courtesies were basically became unnecessary. So basically, they're just so intimately with each other at the point that they just, your tu casa is mi casa, as they say, basically. So I can understand that idea because Rachel and Merle have been friends since they were girls. So they have an intimacy that, at this point, it's just unnecessary. The whole, formalities thing. Like they love having tea together, and it's become a routine for them. So my grandmother did that, so I can understand this idea. Actually, it actually is a thing. Go on.
So how's that for a preview for the next episode? Matthew is ill.
Hooray!
And he literally fades out from existence in that preview.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up.
So join us for the next episode, out of Green Gables, episode 44. Thanos arrives.
Well, there's already an invasion. There you go.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
there you go. Thanos just takes over.
Another patent. Thanos.
There we go.
Anyway, final thoughts for this one. Why not? Yeah, it was nice. You can tell that this is mostly a fill-in material. Stuff that showcases what the typical cycle, well, in this case the first one, but what the typical structure, what the weekend for Anne would be for the college period. And it is nice to see the fact that, again, there seems to be a two-way kind of anticipation that both Anne and Matthew and Merilla really want to see each other again, even if they don't want to show it directly in some cases. But again, overall, very nice. Next.
You're right.
No, this was a nice episode. Everybody had a good weekend. And that's, I think, that's all I have to say about it.
All
Yay.
right.
It's nice to have an episode where it's just, pure characters just relaxing and enjoying themselves for the duration, especially considering from what we've heard of the next time that that's probably the last we're going to be seeing of this.
We'll see. Okay, Jova, close us out, please.
It was a good episode. Business as usual. A bit fillerish, but it was fine.
I really get the feeling Takahata really wanted to accentuate the furrow because in the book they actually say in the throwaway line that she will spend the home in the weekends, and Takahata probably look at that line and thought, I can actually showcase that and even add into the I actually like the calf detail in particular, adding a bit more nice livelihood to it. But all right, everybody, that was episode 44. Tune in for episode 45 where we go back to the book with A Winter at Queen's.
Ooh, see ya.
See ya.
Ta-ta.